looks like next fight we're going to have Paul Emploi up again, as they had fought the any groups, and they're going to fight CtrlAltCancel. And it's tough for Paul Emploi to have to fight almost immediately after their last fight, but
yeah.
It's the trouble with only having two groups of teams to do this.
Okay, so John will reset all their RAs and put them over when they're ready.
So the BD has been pulling some very tricky maneuvers at the beginning of every one of these fights. Is that going to be something that groups are going to have to watch for, or do you think that they'll adjust to that, or what do you think that's going to look like in future fights, Obi?
I think if people are watching, they'll notice that he's trying to do some cool plays and stuff, and they might pay some attention to them.
Because he's doing that every time. That's the second or third fight in a row where he's pulled around the group and attempted to nuke down their support, which is risky, but ultimately has worked quite well actually in the last two fights. So kudos to Lou for having some cojones and trying something that other groups that are being a lot more cautious aren't doing.
Yeah, it's good to see it. I mean, we do see a lot of BDs, we see a lot of bards, and we've seen a few druids, but for the most part, I think we've seen a pretty good mix of setups. And we really only had one that was like a pretty similar hybrid setup, mirror matchup. So I'm kind of glad people try to, mix it up a little bit, and it's good on them.
Well, as the next round starts to take shape, you wonder if groups, given a few extra minutes to chat about what's gone right, what's gone wrong, what adjustments they're going to make. What do you think that some of the groups are going to do to change their fortunes in the next round?
I mean, it just depends on who they're going to have to fight. I think it's all based on strategies based on your opponent, so they're going to have to see who their opponent is and then make some last-minute strategy changes, I think.
Do you think groups are a little nervous about fighting that tank setup?
I think so. I would be if I were most people. It's a hard setup to fight. You have to be really, especially if you have casters, really careful.
Yeah.
For them, I don't want to say it's an easy setup, but it kind of is. It kind of almost plays itself to an extent. I mean, props to them for coming up with the setup. It was brilliant. But all you have to do is push and just not mess up too bad. The other group has to almost play perfectly.
One thing we haven't
opening windows to kill.
Is because of the dynamics of the tournament, haven't seen them up against one of those spirit-trained Thurgis groups.
Right, yeah. I'm really looking forward to them fighting Hen's group, I think, or the Chuki group. Both the French groups seem pretty good.
Because
it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
The Warden will be covered in pets, as will the Bard, presumably, right?
The thing is, I think the Thurg's going to get locked down. Thurg's going to be a big target for them. I don't think the Thurg's going to be able to pet as much as he'd like. I think he might get some pets out, but yeah, it might be tough. The good thing about them is they have bee pets on the Bard, so the Bard won't be able to confuse freely, which is important.
Right. And the Warden will... I don't know if he specs for confuse. I don't think he usually does, so that'll be interesting too.
Yeah. If I were him, honestly, I mean, you can respec between fights and stuff. I would go probably full Rejuve against the caster group. You don't need your melee stuff. And having the red spirit resist would be nice against teams like that, and also the confuse and the bigger heal. Whereas having slam and stuff doesn't do as much when you're just essentially trying to sit back there and heal. You're not meleeing much.
Okay. Well, we'll certainly talk more about that later, because that's going to be probably a linchpin issue for this tournament. We're going to see Paul Emploi again, and they'll be looking for for a victory here against CtrlAltCancel, and we'll see if they can, because they've been having stretches of excellence where they've done some great things to maintain control, kill pets, and created some openings for themselves. But then they sort of just they're it seems like they're playing with a bit of an iron ball around their leg with their setup choice. So we'll see what they can do in this setup, in this fight.
Yep. The thing about these two teams, both teams are eliminated essentially. They all had 3 losses, each of them. None of them has a win. So we'll see one team get their first win and some team go with all losses to the tournament, unfortunately, for that team. So this is just, this means really nothing for the tournament. These teams are already eliminated. But
of course, the point of this tournament is for groups to have fun
Bragging
and
rights.
try some stuff out. So we're everybody. It's great that everybody participates.
of course. And, we want this match to happen because at the end of the day, this tournament's about fun. So the more matches people play, the more fun they have, I hope.
Exactly, yeah. So it looks like CtrlAltCancel will be pulling them a little bit here. And that Cabalist pet is, again, he's going to use that Ruby pet, as you'll notice. And they'll be looking to make a bit of a move here because Paul Emploi is being very, very passive as well. They're not committing to a push.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it looks like the Blade Master is rooted. He's not even going to be able to go back
The
here.
thing is, at some point, Paul has to get in there the way their setup functions. They can't
do,
just
otherwise
sit back the whole time. Their setup's
DM
built
is
on pressure.
Slammed. I don't know why he slammed him there. He wasn't really doing much. And here we go. Here comes the pressure from CtrlAltCancel. Although that Zerker is going to get in there and might have a bit of an issue with that Zerker. And he's going to do a lot of DPS to the Cabalist.
Yeah, it's good to see the Zerker in there finally, actually doing what he needs to be doing, just causing havoc and causing a lot of damage.
And CtrlAltCancel is really going to need to spread here. They're very close together, and this could bode badly considering the amount of AE they're up against.
Yeah, the Shaman just got rooted here, and he's not purging it looks like, so he may be out of the fight for the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, you gotta keep your pressure up. You can't get left behind like that.
This Bard had a phase shift though.
Wow, the Shaman did almost kill the Bard.
And the Zerker is gonna die. The Zerker will insta-die
The thing is, the Bard should die. The SM should turn around and nuke the Bard. It's gonna get heals maybe.
Oh, he got
the SM's not paying any attention to it. Yeah.
That's just,
the SM had an opportunity there, I think, but didn't take it.
Yeah, I think the Shaman purged here. He seems to be back into the fight too early, but not.
So did Zerker get res? Yeah, Zerker's res now. Looks like SM mocked. SM mocked and is trying to take down the Cleric, I think.
And the Shaman is in there. He looks to be mocked too, but he's taking a lot of damage.
SM looks to be nuking Bard.
He doesn't look to be mocked here unless he's CC'd.
No, he's got Zopets on him.
Yeah, he's got a Torkin on him too, it looks like.
Those Torkins are green.
He was mocked. He was
okay, so his mock must have ran out then.
But these casters are very close together.
Oh, no, here he goes.
Now they're spreading.
Here he goes, yeah.
And this could be bad. The Zerker could die again here, although it looks like he's charged out. And that rank 5, he's going back in with that rank 5.
Oh, he's got to be careful here.
He's going to get slammed. He's got a pet proc. He's got a pet proc. And the arms.
He's got to get on the other caster.
Yeah. Now these Rokot
Bard is getting whittled down by the Armson, possibly. Oh, no, there's a Sauce.
Okay, Sauce is out.
Although the SM is going to get caught, and he could be in a bit of trouble here. No,
I think SM's got a little bit of space.
Oh, the Zerker is Rokots come from?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He has 2 on him though.
Why has no one talked about that? What are these Rokots doing here?
I see 2 in here. I'm not too sure where they came from. One's dead.
That would be an interesting dynamic in some of these fights. Hey, send some random mobs in on them when they're in the middle of the fight.
That might be Beeben and they're trying to spice it up. I'm not positive.
Yeah, it might be.
No, it's not right.
This is a very good fight for 2 winless groups. One group here is going to get their first win of the tournament.
Oh,
and have a little bit of pride left.
So he's not.
Yeah, Shaman needs to go ahead and kite before he gets hit by triple wheel BM. BM's disrupting.
The BM decides to snare him. The BM just
And
got
he
snared
breaks
by
the
the
CC on that
robot.
mob, which is that's a very clever play, because that mob was on the SM and rooted, and he broke the root on the mob. That's a very clever play by Master.
Wow.
That Rokot snared the BM, and the Shaman rooted it. I don't agree with that move there. You
And
should've
the
just let
Bard
BM
is
snare.
dead for Control-Alt-Cancel. And this SM is going to work,
He
and the
could be- he
Zerker
could
is
root him
going to
again.
work.
Oh, okay.
I think Paul Emploi is going to win this. They've got 3
Wow.
Yeah, I
down,
think
and this... They really...
Shaman's open, you know, he's free healing
yeah.
pretty much. So the
SM is
healer,
open.
He doesn't really have to do much.
Yeah,
here.
it's over. And we'll get a victory for Paul Emploi. Great fight, guys. And that's a great way
Wow,
to,
very good.
to end the tournament on a high note. I feel like that Zerker was really a factor in that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got in there and he did his job. That was really good.